Raptor. Let's cut to the chase. It made in 6th gear on a Mustang dyno, 368 horsepower and 431 pounds of torque. May sound a little low to you, but I'll explain here in a minute. This tune, if you want something that is extremely noticeable, this isn't for you. Go with an aftermarket tune, a company that is well versed in the 3.0 EcoBoost, Explorer ST platforms. But there's a reason why I didn't do that. I want to keep all the stock functionality of this vehicle without having to do any additional upgrades to the drivetrain. I didn't want to have to worry about upgrading the intercooler. I didn't want to have to worry about oil temperatures and cylinder head temperatures when I'm towing 4,500 pounds with a race car here in the future through the mountains of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland. You know, aftermarket tune making 30 plus pounds of boost and towing 4,500 pounds, I would not recommend that. I wanted to keep all that functionality. I want to be able to go out west, go out to Moab, wheel this thing in 130-degree temperatures and not have any issues. So from what I've seen so far, intercooler temperatures, oil temperatures, everything is just a stock, which I expect being a tune from Ford. They tested this so that this maintains all functionality of the vehicle as it was stock. It's a nice enhancement. You can definitely feel a difference part throttle from 3,000 to 4,500 RPMs. Wide open throttle, not so much of a difference. I attribute that to the 470 gears and 37s. You're going through the gears very quickly, so you're not at that low RPM range where you're feeling that extra 100 pounds of torque. You feel it more so in the mid-range part throttle. It's good. Shift points are better. Sport mode downshifting, which has been a complaint with this, being very jerky, not very refined. They've done a better job with that. Overall, I'm happy with it. I paid $635 for this from Paul's Automotive Engineering, installed it myself. That's all I have in it. So for that, I'm gonna keep calling it an enhancement over stock. That's a pretty good trade-off for what I've noticed power-wise and differences. So let's take a look at the dyno sheet and we'll explain why those numbers may seem a little low. So 368 horsepower appears a little low, but first off, Mustang dyno. Second off, 6th gear pull versus a 1-to-1 pull in 7th gear where we probably would have hit the speed limiter. So in my opinion, 368 is good. That checks out for the conditions that we were in. Now torque. We started the run at 2,500 RPMs, so the turbo spooled up and we made peak torque at 3,500 RPMs. I drew a little line here to illustrate a common EcoBoost trait where you'll see dyno runs start somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000 RPMs, which puts a greater load on the engine and causes a very temporary torque spike, which we probably would have seen here if we started the run earlier, and we would have seen 450 or more torque at the wheels, which would have checked out with the claims. But it would have been for a very momentary period. Then it would have dropped off and leveled out, and we're seeing 431 from about 3,500 RPMs to 4,200 RPMs. So in my opinion, this checks out. It makes sense with Ford's claim. If we would have started the run sooner, we would have seen more torque. But what we're seeing here is what you're going to notice more on a daily basis, part throttle from 3,500 to 4,200-ish RPMs driving around. I'm happy with it for the price I paid. I would suggest that if you're looking for something that gives you a decent gain over stock, but it's nothing crazy, it maintains functionality of the vehicle as it was when you bought it. So until next time, thanks for watching.